Dak, 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 dak. Dak, 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 dak. Dak, dak, dak. With Nora and Yo, 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 yo. What's up ulit? Mga basketbolero tsaka mga basketbolera. So, here we are again to discuss on the recent events in Philippine basketball, particularly. So, over the weekend, the past weekend, the PBA draft for this year happened. Medyo maraming mga intricacies, maraming mga nagulat na picks. Let's discuss this further in detail shortly. Pero kamusta ka naman, EU?
Ayun, okay naman. Yun nga, ang daming naganap sa Philippine basketball. Liban dun sa mismong draft, ilang trade din ang kumambala sa kamunduhan ng PBA. At para sa episode natin ngayon, we're bringing back a former segment of the show. But we're using it to rate the PBA draft, Dakdak o Laklak PBA draft edition. So, dali. So, sige. Papakita muna natin kung ano yung naging order ng first round.
And pare, siguro para sa mga hindi pa tayo napanood previously sa mga Dakdak or Laklak. Ano ba yung Dakdak o Laklak, pare?
Ayun. Dakdak o Laklak, kung sa tingin namin okay yung ginawa ng team sa first round o sa second round, dakdak yun para sa amin. Pero kung sa tingin namin hindi okay, hindi naman hindi okay, o they could have done better sa pinili nila o sa ginawa nila sa draft, laklak yun. Kailangan nila uminom kasi hindi okay yung ginawa nila sa draft. So, yun. So, ito na nga yung naging order ng first round. Pasadahan lang muna natin mabilis. Converge went with Justin Baltazar. Blackwater went with Cedric Bearfield. Ginebra, which traded up in a pick swap with Terra Firma, obtained RJ Abarrientos. Phoenix gets Kai Balungay. Northport gets David Defonso. NLEX gets Jonel Policarpio. So, sino naman yung sa 7 to 12, Mora?
So, for the 7th pick, the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters got Kalen Chongson. They also have the 8th pick and went with Felix Lemeti. The Magnolia Templado Hotshots got Jerome Lastimosa for the 9th pick. Terra Firma for their 10th pick went with Mark Nonoy. Meralco Bolts and the San Miguel Beermen rounded up the first round with CJ Cancino and Avan Nava, respectively.
So, mula nga sa draft order na to at sa mga pinili nila, para sa iyo, Mora, sino yung dakdak yung first round para sa kanila?
Pare, based on the list, I know maraming magdi-disagree with this pick. Baka maging controversial hot take to, pero I highly agree with the pick of Barangay Ginebra going for RJ Abarrientos. It basically yung buo ang loob na player that would go well with the fan favorite, and then it also addresses a certain weakness that they have, which is wala silang playmaker right now. And I think the potential of RJ is yet to be seen, or at least yet to be unlocked further, especially with Coach Tim Cone at the helm.
Yeah, actually agree nga ako na hindi man siya yung dakdak ko talaga, but I get why Ginebra decided to take him with the 3rd pick. He may not be the tallest, he may not be the most explosive, but his style of play will fit Ginebra really well. And if there's a team na sakto talaga yung paglalaro niya, which is very, very flashy, sa Ginebra yun. And kung kailangan naman niya toned down, I'm sure Tim Cone will be there to rein him in. And yun. Lalo na, yun nga, sinabi mo, walang playmaker at
Yep.
if I remember correctly, wala sa upcoming conference si Scottie Thompson dahil sa injury niya. So, he'll be expected to contribute right away with Stephen Holt coming in as well. So, sige. Kung para sa'yo, dak-dak yung pagkuha ng Ginebra kay RJ Barrientos. Para sa akin, ang dak-dak talaga dito, sabihin na natin yung TNT Group. Dahil nakuha ng Blackwater si Cedric Barefield. Yun. Kasi, para sa akin, based nga dun sa previous natin, nung nag-blind rank tayo, I stand by the thought that Cedric Barefield is the best player in the draft. And for Blackwater to get him second, dahil yun nga, yung Converge talagang gusto talaga si Baltasar. And that's a slam dunk for them. Assuming that he doesn't have the issues na na-experience ng TNT kay Mikey Williams. If he plays well, if he plays up to his potential or to the level that he's used to, dak-dak yung pagkakuha ng Blackwater kay Barefield kasi nga, they get the best prospect at the second spot. They didn't have to give up any assets to trade with Converge to get the best player in the draft. So, yun. So, para sa oras.
Siguro, dak-dak din yung, ito pinag-iisipan ko eh. Pero runner-up sa akin na dak-dak is Converge. Finally, nakuha nila yung pinaka-aabangan nilang player since last year. So, yeah, it's Pampanga connection. And hindi ako magtataka kung magkaroon pa ng more Pampanga players that would play for the team.
Pero hindi na nila kailangan mag-tank. Pwede na sila sumubok. Lalo na't independent team sila, pwede na sila sumubok. So, yun. Pero para sa'yo, pre, sino naman yung team na could have done better o yung laklak? Yung team na kailangan lumaklak after nung first round?
Pare, it pains me to mention this team as yung laklak pick ko. Kasi I'm a big fan of this team. I actually rooted for them the previous conference. And teammate ko actually, star player in that, teammate ko before. So, as much as it pains me, I would have to go, laklak ko is the Terra Firma Jeep. No disrespect to Mark Noy's name. He is a great player. It's just that I can see them still being able to pick him up in the second round. Lalo third pick lang sila. And they could have gotten another big name with the 10th pick. Yun lang naman. The fit is there. I understand why they took Mark Nonoy. Pero parang for me, baka lang nakuha pa nila sa second round si Mark Nonoy. And they could have gotten another talent in the first round. Sayang lang yung opportunity. Ikaw ba, bro? Sino ang laklak for you sa first round of the draft?
Actually, para sa akin, laklak. Runner-up laklak ko yung Terra Firma for getting Mark Nonoy. Para they would have had the great opportunity of getting Evan Nelly there para rin ma-alleviate yung ball handling duties ni Wami Chongson. But for me, again, tulad mo, sorry to say this, but laklak yung pagkuha ng Northport kay Dave Ildefonso. I think it's a reach to get him at 5. They could have gone with Jonel Policarpio or Kailan Chongson, considering that they were reportedly shopping the pick for veteran help. Yeah. And what better veteran to help the team than Kailan Chongson. So, I could have seen Dave sliding down to 8. If he was picked 8 to reunite with his brother, that would have been fine. But for Northport to get him at 5 is, I think, somewhat of a reach. So, I was debating between Northport and Terra Firma, pero in the end, since nabanggit mo na yung Terra Firma, yun, tingin ko Northport could have done better than David Defonso kasi wala, na-disappoint ako sa recent performances niya both in Korea and for Ateneo. And unless he has completely made a 180, parang given his previous performances, it's a reach for me na kinuha siya at number 5. So, yun. So, recap, para sa akin, dakdak yung kay Bearfield para sa TNT Group. Para kay Mora, dakdak yung pagkuha kay RJ Barrientos ng Ginebra. And yung laklak naman para sa akin, Northport getting David Defonso. And for Mora, it's Terra Firma getting Mark Nonoy.
Pare, alam mo sino pa yung napalaklak ng first round?
Sino ba?
Hindi yung hindi nakuha. Akala ng lahat first round pick siya. Makita natin sa second round mamaya, nag-fall si Evan Nelly. Akala ko nga siya na yung number 12 pick eh. Ibang Evan pala pare. Evan Nava pala.
Yun nga. At para naman pag-usapan ang ating second round, narito yung order o yung draft order ng second round. And for the second round, sige, mabilisan lang. Raynor Shine, Francis Escandor, Northport, Evan Nelly. Terra Firma got CJ Katapusan, Raynor Shine got Mike Malonzo. Barangay Ginebra got Didat Hanapi, who was then traded to... Saan nga ba? Alam ko na-trade sila. Sila di Paolo Hernandez. Hindi ko na sure kung saan. Check ko mamaya. And number 6. Sandali. Saan nga ba sila napunta?
Terra Firma, bro. Sorry.
Ayun. Terra Firma. Sorry. Terra Firma sila napunta. And then, yun. 6. Si Brandon Ramirez. So, sino yung 7 to 12? Mora?
So, 7 to 12 for the second round. Converge Fiber Xers took Paulo Havillonar. Raynor Shine then took Miguel Corteza. And then Converge again took Ben Phillips. Ginebra went with Paulo Hernandez. Meralco took Kurt Raison, and then to round things up, Converge went with Jason Credo.
So para sa iyo pre, meron bang obvious na dakdak para sa second round?
Well, pare, I think ang pinakapanalo dito is the Northport Batang Bear. Isipin mo being able to get a first round talent in the second round of the draft. I know, medyo mataas yung second round, pero Evan was actually projected to go at least the first half or at least in the middle of the first round nung draft na to. So, to be able to snag Evan for their second round pick, it's a huge boost for the team. And I'm not sure if you would agree or you would have them as your pick for Dakdak, pero yun for me.
Well, actually, sila rin talaga. And in the bigger picture, yung SMC group, sila yung nanalo dito. Kasi if Terra Firma and Ginebra didn't go through with a pick swap dun sa Stephen Holt trade, I'm pretty sure Ginebra would have taken Evan Nelly at 10. Okay, if he was available. Tapos nakuha pa nila at pick 14, which is the second round of the PBA draft. Parang hindi pa siya nakuha ng 13. Hindi pa siya nakuha ng 11. Hindi rin siya nakuha ng 13. And nagstay pa rin siya sa SMC group. Sa SMC group. So, yun. Laking panalo nito para sa Northport. Parang they made amends for picking David Defonso earlier. So, and in addition to that, siguro masabi ko rin na nanalo yung Converge. Yeah. They were able to shore up their front line by adding Benjamin Phillips and Pau Villonar. And yun, sabi nga nila converge Green Archers na araw. Kasi ang dami ng lasalista na nandun. Yun, na-improve nila yung front line nila with Ben Phillips, who was even projected to go first round as well.
Yeah.
Pati si Villonar, may mga nagsasabi na dapat first round din siya. So, para sa iyo, pre, meron bang kalaklak-laklak na draft pick dito? Or
wala? For me, walang evident na laklak in terms of the teams and the picks. Pero kung meron man akong sasabing laklak for the second round, it would be the big men. The big men I thought would go early in the second round or even late in the first round. Pero makita natin nag-fall sila with the first pick being Brandon Ramirez. 6th pick pa, so midway through the second round. So I'm not sure what the draft tells us in terms of this, pero yun lang. Very talented yung mga big men na to. Nagulat lang for them to fall further down the draft lottery.
Siguro
ikaw ba?
Wala nga rin talaga ako makitang laklak. Siguro kung meron mang lalaklak, yung mga nag-fall sa third round. Yung mga di natin pag-uusapan. A prime example would be Jared Brown of Talk and Text para for him to fall all the way to the third round after what was an impressive lone season sa Ateneo. Samantalang merong rumblings na baka kunin siya ng KBL tapos biglang third round siya mapupunta. Parang yun, mapalaklak siya sa pag-fall ng draft stock niya. But other than that, he was fine with the picks here in the second round. I guess that's it. So, on Dakdak, para sa akin, ay pareho tayo na Northport to some extent converge, and yung laklak para sa iyo yung big men, para sa akin yung mga nag-fall sa third na dapat at least second round tulad ni Jared Brown. I guess that's it. And para sa inyo ba guys, sino yung mga dakdak o laklak sa draft na to? Meron bang nag-agree ba kayo sa mga sinabi namin o hindi? Or
sino yung favorite pick nyo of the draft na feeling nyo sobrang fit sa mga teams? Let us know.
And with that, speaking of the draft, pag-usapan naman natin yung mga kababalaghan na nangyari the day before and a few days after the draft, which were the trades made by the SMC group of companies. And with that, papakita lang natin sa dalila. Ito yung mga major na trade na nangyari. And yung pinaka-major nga ay yung Ginebra trade between Ginebra acquires Isaac Go, Stephen Holt, and Terra Firma's 49 season first round draft pick in exchange for Stanley Pringle, Christian Sanhardinger, and yung 10th pick ng Ginebra. So, pre, sa tingin mo ba, patas ba yung trade? O merong clear na daktak-laklak sa trade na to?
Pare, to be quite honest, at na first na sinend mo yan, pagkita ko, alam ko tulog ako nung nagising ako, tapos nakita ko yung trade. Sabi ko, nagulat ako kasi I didn't imagine the trade to actually happen. Pero at first glance, I thought at least the first thought was, it's actually a fair trade. It's a fair trade, switching Isaac Go and Stephen Holt. Ginebra trying to get younger, but you're also sending to Terra Firma two very dependable players in Stanley Pringle and Christian Standhardinger. So parang especially because Christian has actually been in the MVP race for quite a while already, consistently been there. Ang medyo unfair lang for me, or at least kind of what made me think about the trade, if it was fair or not, was really the pick swap. I think other analysts, other content creators would also agree. Yun yung for me that would actually make me think twice if this deal was really fair or not.
Yeah,
Ikaw ba, bro? Ano sasabi mo?
Ako actually dito pa lang sa yung dalawang to, yung 2-4-2 na to, lugi na eh. Lugi na yung Terra Firma for me. Kasi Stephen Holt, recent first round draft pick, first overall draft pick, tapos MVP candidate na nga. Well, si Standhardinger din, MVP candidate. Yun nga yung nakakatawa, nilagay pa ng PBA.ph article nila na interestingly, Holt and Standhardinger are MVP candidates. But when you look at it, bakit pinatanda ng Terra Firma yung team nila? Parang, tapos meron pang rumblings ngayon na si Standhardinger baka lumipat na lang abroad.
Yeah.
Or ite-trade din siya eventually to another team. Tapos si Pringle baka mag-retire na. So basically, Terra Firma traded for 2 players who might not even suit up for them unless they get another trade done to get them off the team. Tapos meron pang pick swap.
Yun nga.
Ang nakakatawa rin dito, nung nasa Terra Firma pa dati si Standhardinger, parang na-trade din siya. Tapos yung reasoning nung coach, gusto kasi nila Euroball. Na maraming outside shooting, maraming ano. Tapos ngayon, na nakuha na uli nila si Standhardinger, ang unang sabi, may player na ako sa loob. Parang, ano pa talaga? So, yun, frustrating lang, lalo na last conference, muntik ng talunin ng Terra Firma ang San Miguel with Stephen Holt even saying, well, you want parity, right? You want parity? And then, all that parity for nothing. So, frustrating.
Well, for me, let's just wait if sisigaw pa rin siya ng parity. Now he's on the other side.
Kung matalo sila sa Terra Firma, sisigaw siya uli. So, yun. So, sa tingin nyo ba guys, patas yung trade o hindi? And what would have been a more fair trade than, paano mo gagawing fair yung trade na to between Terra Firma and Ginebra? So, I guess that's it for today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again for watching, especially our last episode na ang daming nakanood. Bland drunk namin. So again, please like.
Nakakataba ng puso, pare.
Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you soon. And
please click the notification bell para lagi kayo updated sa mga videos namin, guys. Thank you so much. Until our next episode, hopefully within a few days. Lots more to talk about. Thank you, guys.